Judge finds the supermayor in Dolton, Tiffany Henyard, in indirect criminal contempt in a liquor license case. She wouldn't give out the license. She wouldn't sign the license and give it to a restaurant, a new restaurant that was trying to open up. And she promised the judge, oh yeah, I'll get that done. She doesn't. She's late to her hearing. Judge finds her in indirect criminal contempt. Does she get arrested? Let's get into it. Here we go. Let's see what 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏 has to say about all this.
The mayor of Dalton was back in a courtroom today. A business owner took legal action after she says the mayor refused to sign paperwork she needed to open her business. 𝗪𝗧𝗏 was in the court for today's hearing.
This is the third time this year that this case has been before a Cook County judge. Today, the owners of the business are able to walk away with 2 of the 3 liquor licenses they applied for, while Mayor Henyard is facing a serious charge from the judge. Frustration and relief for a small business owner.
It's about time.
Tiffany 𝗪𝗧𝗏 left a Cook County courtroom with the liquor licenses she needs to open St. Patrick's, a family-owned restaurant and banquet hall on Lincoln Avenue in Dalton.
This should have been over, like he said, in November.
𝗪𝗧𝗏 took legal action after she says she wasn't able to obtain licenses from Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as liquor commissioner. On Wednesday, Cook County Judge Cecilia Horan gave Henyard until 5 p.m. Thursday night to sign the licenses, but that deadline not met. In court Friday, Henyard signed them after the judge threatened her with contempt.
What's Tiff looking at? Is she setting up her OnlyFans account? I think she might be. Those are going to be kind of some of her options after she gets out of office. Yeah.
After the licenses were signed, the judge found Henyard in indirect criminal contempt, but she wasn't taken into custody.
There are different kinds of contempt. What that means is that in the presence of the court, the mayor was disrespectful to the authority of the court because she was asked by the judge, will you sign the licenses, yes or no? And instead of answering the judge's questions, she was, she didn't talk in circles. So because of that, the judge held her in indirect criminal contempt.
Okay, so let's check out this next segment. This next segment has Max Solomon, who I don't think he's doing Tiff, the supermayor, any favors. I mean, if he is a legit lawyer, I mean, he goes down some rabbit holes that you're like, what? You're doing what? What are you talking about? Listen to what he has to say right here.
Max Solomon is Henyard's attorney.
It's very important for the people to understand that the documents that were signed today had another entity on there. And
what did the judge say about that? The judge said, sign the damn liquor licenses. And Tiffany Henyard did not. I want to know about this other entity that was on the licenses. And so can't you redo them? Take that entity off? Can't you redo them? I mean, wouldn't the owner, the woman that we saw, who's the proprietor of the restaurant, wouldn't she immediately get the paperwork together to get that done? This makes no sense at all. And I think the judge said, this makes no sense at all. Sign the damn licenses. And now you've got Max Solomon here, Tiffany Henyard's attorney, just talking some mumbo jumbo. He's talking about, there's another entity, and he's talking about probably an LLC or some kind of corporation on the paperwork. Okay. So what's the problem? The judge didn't say anything about another entity being on the liquor license, did they? No. So what are you talking about? Exactly what are you talking about? I'd say probably nonsense, because if there was a legit deal, the judge would have said, all right, you've got time to get this squared away. Here you go. But instead, she said, sign the damn licenses.
That was the holdup on you.
that was the holdup. That was the only thing.
𝗪𝗧𝗏 says she's lost time and money. She says she wants Henyard to pay.
We want her to be fined. We want her to pay my client's attorney's fees. And we want damages.
We are wasting money every day. This building, nice building.
Nice building. Looks like a new building.
As for that criminal contempt charge, the judge is giving Mayor Henyard time to respond. This matter heads back to court next week. Reporting from Daily Center, I'm 𝗪𝗧𝗏, NBC5 News.
Tiffany Henyard is in contempt of judges' orders all the time. I mean, this judge could have held her in contempt because she made a bunch of appointments that were illegal. She didn't have the right to just arbitrarily put the police chief up that she wanted. She didn't have the right to just appoint, what was it? It was a village or township attorney. And she also didn't have, I think it was a village administrator, Village of Dalton, didn't have the right to appoint a VA, a village administrator. But she went ahead and did that anyway. And the judge said, no, we're not doing that. All right. So we're going to skip on to Illinois League. So you got that issue. Today is a Monday, and tonight at 4:00 my time, 6:00 in Chicago, the Lori Lightfoot report is supposed to come out, the final report. Now, we had some major bombshells when that came out, and that by the time you watch this, that report will have probably already come out. I'm really curious to see what went down there. But to catch you up on further stuff, because so much has been happening, in this past week, we have had Henyard's self-picked slate for the upcoming election was not considered. She didn't have an assessor on her slate, didn't have her act together during the Thornship Township Democratic Caucus. And so she didn't get on the ballot. And neither Henyard nor any of her slate will have their names printed on the upcoming ballot. They will have to be write-ins. So Township of Thornton, yep, she's gone, right? Henyard filed a lawsuit against the caucus. That lawsuit was dismissed last week. You're done. Henyard filed a lawsuit against the township trustees, asking the court to force them to come to a township meeting. That's not going anywhere. That's just an absolute loser of a lawsuit. Hey, you can make them come, but you can't make them vote. You know what I mean? Henyard's friends failed at the electoral board hearings when they challenged petitions in the caucus at that board, having failed to appoint a vacant trustee position where Henyard continued to place the appointment on the meeting agenda, which caused the trustees not to attend. The township electors scheduled a meeting of the electors to elect a person to fill the vacancy, and they did so. And that was last Thursday, I think? So a lot of stuff happening all of a sudden. Because it's like that momentum gets to that certain point and things actually happen. So now you've got basically Tiffany Henyard off of the Township of Thornton. She's not going to win the Village of Dalton. Doesn't really have a chance there. I mean, it's been made pretty clear how that's going to go. She's still running, but her supporters have, it's been made clear that she does not have enough pull to come through on either one of those positions. And she's got so many lawsuits outstanding. Meanwhile, Township of Thornton doesn't have insurance. They don't have a budget. Village of Dalton has a massive, they've got a massive deficit. And Henyard indicated she would file a lawsuit over that meeting. I mean, just all this absolute nonsense. And here we go. Henyard was ordered by the court to sign and issue liquor licenses. Court gave her until 5 p.m. last Thursday to sign and issue them. She didn't. They were back in court on Friday, and she was late, 30 minutes late to the Friday court lecturing, where the court ordered her to sign those liquor licenses in open court. You sign them now. That's what the judge basically said. You need to sign them right now. Court held Henyard in indirect criminal contempt, gave her 7 days to tell the court why she should not be fined and or imprisoned. What if we just saw this judge say, no, I'm going to give you 30 days to cool your jets and maybe think about signing those bad boys once you get out. You got one left to go, right? Henyard's indirect criminal contempt hearing will be held in the next few days. So sometime between today and the next few days. Today we've got we've got the former Mayor Lori Lightfoot's report coming out. Lightfoot will release additional findings. We'll see what that looks like. And then, the whole thing with Lightfoot is that she can't really do anything. She is not law enforcement. She is a former prosecutor and she is a former mayor, but she really has no pull. She can kind of throw out what the village has, kind of already seen. She could throw out all that information and say, hey, here's what I think happened. Here's the findings of my report. But ultimately, it's more up to like the FBI who's got the probe going on right now, right? Got an FBI probe going on behind all of this as we speak. So a lot of stuff happening just all at once. And I think I'm really looking forward to the Lori Lightfoot report. So we'll see. By now, you'll know what's on there. We'll see what that looks like. If you haven't seen that report, check it out. All right. That's it for me on this one. Thanks so much for being here. I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye for now.